Do you struggle to get into an ass to grass squat like this with your heels flat on the floor and your spine straight? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 moves that are going to transform your squat in about 5 minutes. So let's get into it. Move number 1 is the assisted squat. So most people think that they can't squat due to their mobility. But in actual fact, it's usually that your brain doesn't really understand how to get into this position. So we're going to teach it by regressing the movement. So you're going to grab onto a pole, a TRX, a resistance band, whatever you have available, even your couch at home, and you're just going to guide yourself down into this position slowly. So I'm really pulling onto this pole, which allows me to sit back into my heels, and I'm slowly teaching myself how to come down. Think about driving your knees out to the side, and think about dropping down as far as you can. Whilst you're practicing this, you can also practice the width of your stance. So try to go a little wider. For some people, that might be a little easier because that gives you a little bit more room. And continue going up and down for 10 reps. Once you've completed 10 reps, I want you to just sit in this position, rock around a little bit, keep pulling into the pole, and notice whether anything has improved and whether you're starting to get a bit more range in that squat. For move number 2, we're going to look to the ankles because the ankles are usually the culprit. They are very tight, so they don't allow you to come down into this position. So we're going to train them. I have an elevation here of 2 plates. I'm going to step on with 1 foot. I'm going to hold on to the pole for help. Now, see how I push my heel to the ground as far as it will go? I already feel a deep stretch in my calf here. So from there, you're going to go up onto your tippy toes as high as you can and back down. So use the pole for help as much as you need to, but try to eventually let go. Only use 1 hand and really focus on stabilizing through the foot. So you're going to do calf raises for 10 reps on 1 leg. And then you're going to switch and do 10 reps on the other leg. Try to really get as far up onto your tippy toes as you can and as far down with your heel as you can. Always keeping that knee locked the whole time. Once you're done, switch legs. Same thing. And continue for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As soon as you're done with that, you're going to move on to doing knee drives into the wall. So you're going to find a distance from the wall. You're going to bend your knee and you're going to try to touch that wall with your knee whilst keeping your foot flat on the ground. So find the distance. That will be your starting point, your most challenging distance. And from there, you can use a little chalk to measure each session, whether you get further and further. So you're going to do 10 of these on 1 leg and then 10 on the other. And you're also going to notice that 1 foot will certainly be tighter than the other foot. And in that instance, you always want to start with the tighter, weaker side first, and you want to match the stronger side to it. So you're going to complete 10 reps on each side, and then you're going to pause for 10 seconds in the last rep, giving it a good stretch. So this one's amazing for your ankles. It's really going to open them up in preparation for your squat. Okay, so for movement number 3, we're going to go to the hip. We're still working on that mobility. What you're going to do is elevate your foot onto the blocks there. You can still hold up here for support. You're going to go into a posterior pelvic tilt. So as soon as I do this, I can feel the back hip really stretch out, which is exactly what we want. So find that position, lock it in, and from there, keeping the posterior tilt, you're going to drive your front knee all the way down past that toe until the hamstring connects with the calf. And I'm still feeling this big stretch here in the hip flexor. I'm holding that and then I'm pushing back. Really slow, intentional movements here. The whole time you're trying to feel that deep, deep stretch in the hip. You see, elevating the front foot really helps you reduce range of motion. But once you do get more mobile and more comfortable, your aim is to get to doing this on the floor without elevation. So we're gonna do 6 on one side, driving that knee towards the pole, and then we're gonna hold it for 6 seconds in the bottom position, still with that deep stretch activated. After we've held it for 6 seconds, we're gonna push that heel back, and you're gonna feel an even more intense stretch right here. And we're gonna hold that for 6. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. By now, you should feel a big difference between the two hips. We're gonna repeat on the other side. Front foot up, posterior tilt, sink down, drive that knee forward. And again, you're gonna notice a big difference between the hips. One will definitely be tighter, and that's the one we wanna be focusing on to start with. So you're gonna repeat here for 6. And then you're gonna hold for 6, 2, 1, and then you're gonna push that heel, giving yourself an even bigger stretch. And you're gonna hold. Okay, so movement number 4. We wanna get good at squatting, so we have to squat. This will be a heels elevated goblet squat, but it's gonna be 1 1/4. So what I'm gonna do, I elevate my heels because that helps me be able to get into this position much easier. You notice my heels are not flat, they're elevated, which is what we wanna see when we're lacking mobility. And this allows us to sit upright more. So from there, you're gonna grab a weight, 5 to 10 kilos, a kettlebell, or you can do a body weight to start with. From there, you're gonna sink down as low as you can, which will be much lower than you usually can because your heels are elevated. Then you're gonna raise 1/4 of the rep, come back down, and push all the way up. And you're gonna do that for 8 reps. And I want you to think about keeping that spine nice and tall, pushing through the hips. So hips initiate the movement. So try not to lean over like this. We don't wanna see this. We wanna keep upright, come down, and back. So you're gonna feel this in the knees as well. This is a great exercise for strengthening the knees too. And once you're done with your 8 reps, I'm gonna get you to sit down here for 10 to 20 seconds. And this will already feel a lot more comfortable than your usual squat. And the sheer nature of elevating your heels is gonna allow you to spend more time in this position, which is exactly what we wanna do. To get better at squatting or flat foot squatting, we wanna be spending more time in the actual squat itself. So this is a nice way to accumulate time with a little regression. Okay, the 5th and final exercise is the duck walk. So you're gonna get down into your squat again. You can use your hands if you need assistance, that's fine. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna waddle forward. And notice how I'm keeping my heels flat on the ground. I'm not lifting them, I'm sliding them along the ground. And you don't need to go far, you can just go back and forth, aiming to really stay as low as you can whilst gliding your heels. Now, doing this for a minute will be quite intense on your hips, so you can break it up into little sections, but try to get in a minute of work. Once you're done with that, just chill here in this resting squat. As I always say, the sheer nature of just being in this squat is going to improve your squat. So accumulate time throughout the day, build up to doing at least 30 minutes in this resting squat. You can use the variation where you hold onto the pole. You can use the variation where you elevate your heels onto plates. It doesn't matter, just get comfortable. Alongside these 5 exercises done 3 to 4 times a week, within a month, your squat will be transformed. Comment below which exercise you found most helpful, which exercise you found hardest, and don't forget to share it with a friend who needs a better squat. See you in the next video.